Hello everyone and welcome back to Gratuitous Space Battles. I'm gonna go back to the mission we've been doing and see how well I can do with the rebels. I've loaded up and, well, saved this deployment. This has changed since I last did it. So I've got my sort of main defensive guy there. Oh, actually I think I need to change something about him. What's the minimum range on a cruiser quantum blaster? It will tell me here. Minimum range is 110, so they can cope with that. And these guys, what is their attack range? 490, which is actually okay. I don't know what I want from them. Is that a turtle class? Yeah. I'm having a problem with this one actually simply because these guys tend to sit out at the back, whereas that guy runs way out in front because he's much faster, and this guy I've had to keep all the way back there because he's I think about 5 times faster than that guy. Yes, we've got these two sort of damaging guys. This guy who just soaks up fire, him who just runs around messing people up, and then we've got these fighters who do an awful lot of damage. I've had an awful lot of fun making fighters with the rebels because they can get so horribly broken. I think these particular ones have 2 missile launchers each, so the amount of damage they can output is quite high, and they run at a speed of 2.5, and I've been struggling to get other races, people to run at more than 2. Well, I think that thing's got quite decent armour because these guys can't get through it to begin with. And then they just start laying in. And this is much better. I used to have those 2 behind this one, but I didn't realise that with this guy I'd actually picked the faster of my 2 guys that sort of soak up firepower. So he was sort of way out in front, and then these guys spend ages catching up when it gets to these 2. Also, we didn't have any decent weapons at all, but now I've given him these quantum lasers, so he can actually damage opponents. Because what was happening was he was getting way out in front into the middle of these 2, and these 2 were literally just focusing on him, and they just spent ages plinking away at him and doing nothing. So they don't actually possess weapons capable of getting through his shield, because I have the reflective shield. And one thing which I've actually forgot to do is I'm going to go into the menu and show you the statistics that affect shields and why shield's less than armour. And I may as well cover armour as well. There we are. It's the little guy going away. That guy's actually dirt cheap. He's only got 8 slots in total, 4 weapon slots and 4 other slots. So he has literally no armour and no shields. His sole defence is speed, which if you do it right is a good thing. In fact, what this race's ships tend to have is a bonus to speed, just like the enemy have a bonus to armour, the Empire that I like have a bonus to shields, and the Federation have a bonus to health. You get other bonuses too. You can get bonuses to power output. That actually is it. Yeah, the only other bonus is power output, and that's just specific ships. Although there are, I think, like 5 other races that you have to buy in expansion packs, which they don't cost very much, they're like 3 quid, I think. But I'm curious as to what bonuses they'd have. Oh, there we go. That was extremely quick. Much faster than it had been before because those 2 there were already in range. So these statistics. The least effective weapon was not the EMP missile this time. Cruiser quantum blaster. That's what the cruiser out front has got. I guess it never got close enough to use it, which is really what I wanted. Okay, so if I go to deployment and go to editing, let's load up. No, that's still a fighter. Cruiser. Yeah, the Rebel Bear. So, if I go into this weapon, you can see we've got some statistics down here, and we're going to focus on these 3. Damage, shield penetration, and armor penetration. Damage is exactly what it sounds like, how much damage it does. Shield penetration is the maximum amount of shield resistance that the weapon can get through, and armor penetration is the maximum amount of average armor that it can get through. So that one has a shield penetration of 20, so anyone who has a shield resistance of 20 or lower, that weapon can damage it. Which isn't very many, because if I go into the cruiser shields, but the reflective shield's got a resistance of 27, even the fast recharge shields have a resistance of 24, The multiphasic shields have a resistance of 9, but they just have high shield strength. They're not really worth using. And the basic shield generators have a resistance of 19. But yeah, anything with shield penetration of less than those stats will not be able to affect it. And you only need one of the reflective shield to get that resistance. And I've just filled up the rest with the fast recharge ones. Whereas with armour, what it does is it takes the damage absorbable number and then divides it by the total number of slots on the ship. So you actually sort of have to stack up armour to gain more resistance. But then you get weapons like the Cruiser Beam Laser, which has a penetration of 17. You're never going to get that much armour. And even if you do, the enemy can get in lucky shots that just deal damage to it anyway, regardless of how much you have. And that is why shields are better than armour. Yeah, I want to quit. And one more thing I wanted to show you is the Fleet HQ. So this is where you buy all these upgrades. So you can see you've got all these yet to buy, and they've got a red background because I haven't bought them and I can't afford them. And then we've got all those down there which are upgrades that I have bought. So you can see there's a lot of expansion beyond what you first start with. Then we've got ship hulls, which are different sort of bases for different races' ships. Oh, they're actually arranged by race now. They weren't to begin with because they were arranged by cost. And then we've got, you actually have to buy the other 3 races. So they cost 6, 10 and 4,000. The Rebels are the cheapest. I'm surprised by that. I think they're one of the best, apart from the Empire, which have the ridiculous shields. So anyway, that's all I wanted to cover really. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.